Hey, good morning everyone. Happy Tuesday. We have a upper body strength and sweat workout today. So we are starting off with our upper body strength as we do best on Tuesdays. We're going to be working on our push-ups, yay! And then we're going to work through a nice sweaty cardio focused circuit. So in terms of equipment today, I am solely going to be using my two 8-pound dumbbells as well as my two loop bands. Good morning, Tannis, to see you hopping in here. If you guys do have TRXs, we are going to be doing some rowing stuff, which you can use those TRXs for. Although dumbbells and bands are going to be great, as we are doing a couple new exercises that will require just those either or both, depending on how strong they are. So let's get you guys started. In addition to that, I'm wearing shoes because at the end of the class we are doing some higher impact stuff. Okay, so let's start it off. Arms out, you guys, starting off with those little circles, drawing them with our hands, progressively making them bigger and bigger until they are as big as they can go, and we're going in one direction. Once they are as big as they can go, we will stop and start to go in that big circle the other direction now. And then we'll go through about 10 of these circles, progressively getting smaller until we're back in these little ones. I'm getting all these weird notices on my computer. It's getting there. So we'll go through these guys, following that with some arm swings. We'll go over and under, one goes over, one goes under, straight arms. We'll go through about 20 of these. You guys got it. So you can bring your way over to your mat if you're not already there. We'll stand shoulder width, hip width apart in the feet. We're working with some walkouts. Hello. So you guys can walk yourself down to the bottom. When you get down here, we're going to work with squeezing our shoulders, spreading our shoulders, and then walking back up to the top. You can reach those arms above your head. That was one. We're going to do 5 of those. Every time we walk out, we will add one of these scapular retractions. So now I'm going to squeeze and spread twice, and then walk up to the top. Now, if you can't quite get that scap retraction, if your elbows start bending, or your body just can't really figure it out because, you know, it's early and all that, you can start and practice those up here rather than down in that plank position, and just walk down and walk back up. So again, we're adding 1. So next one, you're doing 3 and then 4, and then finishing off with doing 5 of these. They're a little bit harder than they look. Reaching those arms up, and we'll go through one more. 5. You got it. What's going on, computer? It's like this quit unexpectedly. Leave me alone. There we go. All right, so you guys are going through 5 of those. Once you are done, we're going to just stand and circle out our wrists. We'll go through about 10 rotations in each direction. So I'm opening up my hands, going through that full range of motion, circling those wrists, not worrying about too much, just trying to work through solely the wrist. We'll go through one direction, and then you can go through 10 in the other direction. And we will do this slowly working ourselves down to the floor as you guys get towards the end. We'll go into this all 4 position. We're going to do a little bit more of that wrist mobility to get our wrists and muscles around the wrists warmed up, stretched out a little bit. So we'll go in this all 4, and we're going to rock forward and try to keep our entire palm flat on the floor. So we'll go just so that your shoulder goes beyond your fingertips, and then we'll go back. But if you start to feel like your palm is lifting up, then don't go so far. So we'll go through 10, forward, backward. We're trying to stretch out the muscles in our forearms, warm up our wrists, get them ready for these push-ups. So once you're done about 10 of those, we'll move the hands and turn the hands so that the palms now are facing inward like so. And now we're gonna rock side to side, not too much movement. Turn this way so you guys can see what's going on here, but just a little bit, just enough so that we are again feeling some stretching happening in our forearms. No pain, no tension in the wrist, maybe a little bit of tension, but no pain. So we'll go back and forth about 5 times over each side to make that 10 total. And then you can roll them out. Stand yourself back up to the top, and we are gonna get you guys started. So we're starting off with 2 exercises, and we are going to be incorporating some warm-up sets into these 2 exercises. So the first one is going to be a single arm row. We're doing this row a little different than we normally have done. So in the past, we've done all sorts of standing variations, something like this. I'm going to show you guys this, and then we're going to talk about the setup. So again, bands or dumbbells, when I'm doing this for real, I'm definitely going to use both of my 8-pound dumbbells to make a 16-pound. And I'm just going to show you with the 8. And if you are working with something heavier than like 15 pounds, I would suggest to start off with a little bit lighter weights to warm up our back muscles for this exercise. So I'm standing quite narrow in my feet. I'm going to get myself into a lunge position. So we're not doing lunges, don't worry. But I'm going to get into this position and then drop down onto my back heel, bend this front leg, and lean forward so that I'm in one straight line with my body. This hand is going to go on this thigh, so you guys can set yourself up with me if you would like. And then this arm, I'm going to turn so the palm is facing into me, and we're going to stretch down to the bottom and then pull up and rotate while I'm using this hand to support. So we stretch and then pull and rotate. So we're getting big range of motion. We're feeling that stretch happening here. And then we pull back and I rotate. So now my palm is facing my ribs, palm faces the thigh, and palm faces the ribs. We want a soft knee in the back, not too straight back there. And we're going through 10 of these on each side. So you've most likely done close to 10. So we'll switch that. And you can do the same setup on this side. Heel, set yourself up, stretch down, and then row and rotate. So we're getting that bigger range of motion. If you're working with bands, whoop, whoop, so you can use one to start, but I would suggest that you guys use 2 as you go through your working sets so that you get a nice, strong, banded row. So we're going through these ones. You guys are doing 10 and 10. Yes, so good. Big stretch. Yes, so bigger range of motion. We're involving more muscles than normally because we're going through that bigger range. So once you guys are done, yes, we're pairing this with push-ups. They're here. So you guys are going through 10 push-ups today. We're going to try to make 10 so challenging that we cannot do 11, but also make 10 possible so that we can complete 10. So we're all at different levels when it comes to push-ups. Y'all know that already. But we're trying our best to all improve how many we can do and how they look and how they feel. So when you're doing these push-ups, if you know right off the bat that you can do more than 10 push-ups, what you're going to work with today is your pause at the bottom of that push-up. So we're going into the push-up position. If you need that reminder, you can set up your hands beside the bra line, a few inches of space. Push yourself up to the top. And then we'll lower down, and we're going to hold 1, 2, and then push up. If you can't do 10, and you know that, maybe you're still struggling to even get 10 or 5, then you're going to go at a normal tempo. You can start right now. So get into position, 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up, and you won't spend any time at the bottom, because if you did, you probably wouldn't be able to get 10 push-ups because it makes it a lot harder. Do as many as you can. If you can't quite get 10, I want you to rock out as many full bodies as you can. When you can't do them anymore, we're going to lower down, use the knees on the way up, and then reset onto the toes. And you'll finish up your set with as many of those as you need. Okay, so once you guys are done, this is you. We're going to complete 3 more sets to make it 4 total. Back to those rows. Take a little bit of rest here in that 30 seconds, trying to keep it under a minute. And what we're going to do on our next set of rows is hopefully make it a little bit heavier, a little bit more challenging for ourselves. So if you're working with dumbbells and you have various weights, you can just grab yourself 5 or 10 pound heavier dumbbell. If you don't have various weights, you can grab that second dumbbell if you haven't already and do the stack situation here so that we can go into this. So take the lunge onto the heel, support with the hand, stretch down, and row and rotate. So as you guys are working through this, we're trying to keep this hand out here so that it never comes beyond over top of this foot here. So we want to stretch down and pull over, but keep this arm kind of pulled out to the side, and you'll feel the difference that it makes. Rather than allowing it to come like way over here, I'm going to keep it over here, yes, and go through your set. So we'll go through the 10, And then you can switch. And the 10. So you might have to bend your knee, play around with how close or far your foot is. The goal here is to get this nice straight line from that heel all the way up into your head, which is easier said than done, especially because you guys can't see yourself. So again, make sure your posture is nice and straight and all of those things. So we'll go back to back between these into our second set of push-ups. So we're completing 4 total. Now, because you guys did one set of those rows at the beginning, maybe it was a little bit easier. It was technically our warm-up set. So what we're going to do is, this was your second set of push-ups. You'll complete 3 more sets of rows, just 2 more sets of push-ups though, don't worry. So you'll go into your second official set of those rows, and we'll be finishing this superset with the rows. Yes, we're getting serious about those warm-up sets today. Okay, good work, you guys. Oh, and I see Bobby hopped in here. How did I miss that? Good morning. Come on in. Okay, so you guys are going through this, again, taking a rest. We know push-ups are challenging. These rows are pretty hard too, but after you're finished those push-ups, you can just take a quick set, 30-second set of rest, so that we can go into our set of rows a little bit stronger. Woo-hoo. So those of you with bands, because I know you're out there, when you're using these, the main thing that I'm going to say to you is to make sure that they are anchored around your foot strong, so that you're standing on that band kind of at the midline of your foot here, rather than like around your toe or around, you know, just like your heel or something, because if this band comes off, it's not going to be a very comfortable situation. It's going to snap, and it's going to hit you, it's going to hurt. So we want to make sure that that's in the middle of our foot. And if you don't have loop bands, and if you are using dumbbells, keep going, you guys. But if you are working with bands and you're like, you want more ways to incorporate your bands, always you can use long bands or even the bands with the handles in place of these loop bands. All you have to do is use them in the same way by anchoring one end of it. So for this one, I've like doubled up this band because it's quite light. Then I'll step on this half, making sure I'm stepped on it nice and strong. And then now I can use this band to row in and do the same exercise. So it would work the same if it had handles or if it was a thicker one. So if you guys do have these, you can use them. Yay. So 4 rounds total. Oh, those push-ups, you guys got it. Nice normal tempo, 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. We're trying to have our strongest set of 10. You should feel they're a little easy. We're gonna spend just a little bit of time at the bottom of that push-up. And then the rest. I don't know why we always have the worst timing with loud stuff happening outside, but it's all good. All right, so good job, you guys. Woohoo! I really hope these push-ups are feeling easier. Although, I don't know if they ever feel easier. But they will look better and you'll feel stronger in them, hopefully, as we go through them. So we're gonna go through one more set of the push-ups, 2 more sets of the rows. So let's go through this set of the rows, focusing on, again, keeping that arm out, looking for that nice big stretch here, but trying to also keep this shoulder slightly relaxed and pulled down away from your ear so that we're not losing our neck when we do this. We want to pull the shoulder down, and then you row, and we keep this shoulder pulled down away from your ear. So make sure that you are doing that if you are not already. And see how it feels. See the difference that it makes. It's going to help you involve more muscles around your back, your shoulders, all of that. And not promote this posture, because nobody wants this. We want to be relaxed in our neck muscles. All right, you guys, we're getting really close. So we're going to go through one more set of both of these, the push-ups. This is your final set of them, although we are doing more push-ups later on in the workout. Little different though, so you just get these full body ones. Do them to the full extent that you can right now. Strongest set yet. Let's get it. And then we're going to do our rows and then rest a little bit. a little bit. There we are. Good job, you guys. Looks so good. Let's get it. Exhaling through those push-ups. That is probably the number one thing that's going to help you. If you're struggling, if you cannot push up, if you cannot make it through that push-up, exhale and push yourself up, and it usually will help you get at least a couple more of those reps. Keep in mind, especially on this set, if you can't get 10, you're going to finish off your set with those half lowering knee push-ups. Yay! Good job, you guys. So let's finish up. You guys are done. I can see it in your face. We're going to do our final set of the rows. Last one, because again, we did do that one at the beginning. It was a little bit lighter. It was a little sneaky warm-up set. So we're going to finish off with one more stronger, heavier set, as we're only doing 10 reps. So grab onto your weights, anchor your band if that's what you're using, get yourself into formation, and then let's do our set. So last set, we're working with 10 of these on each side, going through them nice and controlled, feeling all of the things in our back. There we are. Nice job, you guys. Yep, and then we row. Good work. So pulling that hand down and into the ribs, you got it. All right, so once you guys are done, you can just rest for a quick min. Grab yourself some water. We're gonna move on to the next part here. I am gonna give you a 1 minute though to finish up if you ain't done. Okay. There it is, there it is. Nice job. All right, so we are gonna be moving on to the next part here. So the next part of the workout, the next 2 supersets that we are going to do. Same thing, and we're doing them more than one time. Let me explain. So there's 2 exercises. For the first one, we're going to complete 10 reps of each one. So we have a neutral grip row. If you're using TRXs, now's your time to shine. We can use dumbbells from a bent over fashion, or bands from either an anchored or again bent over fashion for that neutral row. We're going to do 10 reps of that, followed by 10 reps of our band pull apart. You guys are going to be on a timer. You're going to take about 30 seconds of rest once you're done your pull aparts. Then you're going to complete as many rounds as you can in 6 minutes. That doesn't sound too bad, does it? Once we're done that 6 minutes, we're going to move on to the next superset, 2 new exercises. Do the 6 minutes, same style. Then we're coming back to this first superset, okay? So we're gonna do each of these twice, so just keep that in mind as we go through this. Let's talk about these rows. You're using dumbbells or bands. Dumbbells are gonna be held here. It's a neutral grip, so regardless of what's in your hands, we wanna be pulling into this neutral, sort of A grip position here, rather than this wide grip or this narrow grip. So we're kind of right in the middle. And I'm in this sort of 45-degree position with that bent over row here, like this. So again, TRXs can come into play, or if you're using the bands, we're gonna hold the band in either hand and go through this row. So I'm gonna start this timer because I haven't yet. Ready, set, go, and let's start our first set of 10. So nice posture, soft knees, hips back. Exhale, pull and squeeze your back. We're aiming your wrists for your lower ribs, if not your hips. So pull down, not up into the armpit area. We want to pull down and in. So let's go through 10 of these. Working through, squeezing your back. Okay. So once you're done 10, if you're working with loop bands, for the second one, I would suggest to take the 2 bands and loop them together to make one. Or grab your long band, your handle band, straight arms, tension on the band already, and then we pull apart, stop right before the band goes loose, and stop right before the band hits our chest. We're doing 10, so take your time. Take your sweet time. Exhale, pull it in, squeeze, lift up your chest, pull your shoulder blades together. Go through your 10 reps. If you do not have access to bands, you can work with this bent over, thumbs up, rear delt squeeze here. So we're going through the 10, and once you guys are done, We're resting just for a quick moment here, and we are gonna do this again as many times as you can in the 5 minutes and 30 seconds that you have, or sorry, 4 minutes, woo, and 30 seconds that you have left. I cannot math. So whenever you are feeling ready, we're gonna go into this again. Same exact thing that we just did there. So bent over, rows, and we pull in, trying to create that 90-degree angle in our elbows rather than hiking up the elbows to here. So we wanna shoulder blades together, squeeze your shoulders back, rather than lift up the elbows. So see if we can get that on this set here, really forcing those shoulders behind your ears, squeezing them together as much as you can. So if you're working with this band, you can hold it sideways like this and pull it in here, or if you have a longer set band, you can anchor it around your feet and pull it in, woo, like that. And that is why these bands, I knew that was gonna happen. There we go. It happens. That one had a nick in it for a while. There we go. All right, so you guys can, pull in and then row like so. So we're going through this, again, taking that little wee bit of rest here, that 30 seconds, just to kind of shake it out a little bit as we go through this. We are halfway there. Yeet, yeet. So you're completing as many sets as you can. Woohoo! If you guys are working with lighter weights, like for example, these 8-pound weights are quite light in terms of what I'm used to rowing. And so for me, I'm gonna limit my rest. And I'm not gonna take as much as someone who's using like 15-pound weights or 20-pound weights, because if I was using 20-pound weights, I would need more rest too. But because I'm stuck with 8s, I don't need as much rest. I'm gonna just keep working a little bit more quickly rather than resting, and to get the same benefit as someone who has those heavy weights. So that'll happen. So we're more than halfway. You guys have got this. Working through this. Starting to tap into the sweat here. There you go. Nice work. So straight arms, you got it. Pull all the way across. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as much as you can. Try to relax your shoulders. We got this. There you go. Good work, you guys. So we're breathing through this. We got time for at least one more set. We have about 2 minutes left. There you go. So shoulders down, away from the ears. Yes. Good job, you guys. So we're going through this and working with that neutral grip, trying to send the elbows into that A position. You guys got it. 1.5 minutes left. Woohoo! So with this stuff, as you're going through your reps, there's really no sense in rushing. I know it's an AMRAP round, or as many rounds as possible in the 6 minutes, but you like trying to just get as many sets in as fast as you can in this amount of time is not really what we're going for here. We're going for that strength and more tapping into our endurance, which is why we're doing it in this style here. So things are gonna burn, you're gonna feel like you wanna stop, but you keep going because you know that in 1 minute, because you guys have 1 minute left, you can rest, okay? So just try to keep working through this. Yes, we'll go through at least one more set of one of those because you guys have about 45 seconds left. And then we're gonna rest a little bit. There you go. Yes, that's perfect. So good. Shoulders together. Love it. 30 seconds left, you guys. So we're keeping on going until this timer is done. I don't know if it's gonna make a noise. I think so. We got 20 seconds left. So breathe through these. Nice job, you guys. Finish strong here. Last couple reps. 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, so that was our 6 minutes. We're gonna take just a quick moment of rest here, and you are gonna watch me as I explain these next 2 exercises. So both of them are going to be familiar. The first one is the hard one. It's going to be our negative lowering push-ups. So the good news is you guys only have to do 5 of these. Yay! But we are going to be pairing this with a tricep extension, which we'll talk about in a second. We're going to get down here and start off with these, and I'm going to start you guys on the timer right away because we don't want to waste any juice, any push-up energy besides the ones that we need for our set. So these lowering negative push-ups, great way to get stronger and better at push-ups. I know you guys already did push-ups, but we're using these for something a little different. If you are a push-up aficionado, if you can do 10 plus push-ups and you might be able to even drop down to a set of them right now and do them, then what I want you to work on is our narrow grip push-up position. If you are exhausted from push-ups and you're struggling to even do them in the first place, then you're gonna hang out in that same neutral grip that we did in the beginning. Okay, so a little bit harder, a little bit easier. We're gonna get ourselves into our plank position. Strong plank, push up onto our toes, and then lower ourselves down as slowly as we can. And then I don't care how you get back up. Use your knees, do the worm, it doesn't matter. And then we're gonna slowly lower down. So you're only doing 5. You ready? Set, go. Here we go. So 5 reps. Slower you go, the harder. Chest touches the floor first, not the knees. Use the knees. I don't care about the push-up. I care about the weight down. So slow, 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 slow. Shoulders together. Chest touches first. Knees up. We're doing 5 of those. Yes. Good job, you guys. Oh, yes. Okay, so once you're done, you have options. We're going to do a tricep extension. So wall tricep extension. Probably my favorite way to do this, so I'm going to show it to you. It's this guy here, where we go down onto the forearms, push up onto our hands. We're working with a range. You guys have 10 to 15, so you can stop at 10 if you feel like you can make this set challenging for 10, or you can go up to 15. If you don't have a wall, or if you want to try something different, you can do your bench dips. You guys know those. I don't need to explain them. Or if you have dumbbells, you can do our tricep extension laying on our back here, like this. So we can go through again, range, 10 to 15, somewhere in there. We'll try to stay consistent in our sets, but depending on what you're doing here, you might be able to make 10 reps of it really, really hard. And so you won't need to do 15. You might not be able to do 15. Once you're finished, same idea. We're gonna rest just a little bit because you have to go back into those lowering negative push-ups. So whenever you guys feel ready, we are almost 2 minutes in. So we're gonna go through at least 3 more sets of this. Let's go. Whenever you guys are ready, back down into those push-ups. Let's do it. Yes. So again, if you struggle to lower down slowly, you want to make it a little bit harder, and try that narrow grip situation, regardless of where your hands are and where your arms are though. As you guys are coming down, we're thinking about squeezing the shoulder blades together. Squeeze them together and touching our chest before our legs or anything else in our body. And you know, because you can feel it's a lot harder like that, which is why we're doing it. So we are just about halfway there. Just about. Right. Good job, guys. So breathe through this. Take your rest as you need it. Working with the 10 triceps, whatever variation you guys are doing, whether it's the wall. We've done this wall tricep extension for quite a while. We've been working on this one, but I'll remind you guys, if you do need to make it easier or harder, the further away from the wall, the lower the hands are, the harder this is going to be. The closer you are to the wall with the feet, the higher the hands, the easier it's going to be. And we want to be creating that 90-degree angle at your elbows here. So you can adjust yourself so that that's happening. We are more than halfway. Yay! There we are. There it is, okay? So with these lowering negatives, we're trying our very best to control ourselves, specifically on the way down. If you want to get a little bit more out of them, then try to control yourself on the way up too, but just know that that is not the most important part. Whereas, for example, in our regular push-ups, in the first variations of push-ups that we did, the normal ones, that is the goal, is to be able to push up as strongly as possible. Whereas right now, it doesn't matter so much. You guys have 2 minutes left. Woohoo! So we're working through this. Arms, starting to feel the back of our arms. Starting to burn up back there. You know they're working, because they are working in your push-up. Although yes, our chest muscles are definitely doing a lot of work here to help us push up. The triceps are the ones that are assisting, especially if you're doing the narrow one. Then you get a little bit more tricep action. Then when we pop you on that extension there, or the tricep, the dips, whatever one you're doing, that is the working muscle, is your tricep. So hopefully you guys are feeling that. So let's work through our last couple sets here. We have about a minute left. Again, if you want to get a little bit more core and a little bit more work out of this one, make this a little bit harder for yourself, then we lower ourselves down, and then on the way up, we want to keep our core nice and intact as we go through that assisted push-up, rather than me just like worming it up here, which is not necessarily the worst thing. I told you that's okay, but if you do want to get a bit more out of it, then we'll try to control that. Good job, you guys. 40 seconds. We are almost there. So close. Yes, yes, yes. Good work, you guys. 30 seconds left. Let's sweat. We'll get this final set here. Finish it up nice and strong. We'll get one more set of the tries. We have 10 seconds, so just do what you can. In the next 10, take it as rest if you want. If you're just finishing up, that's okay, because you are done in 3, 2, 1, and that is 6 minutes. Okay, it does not beep when the timer is off, but I will tell you. Okay, so good job, you guys. Quick sip. I already warned you what's up right now. We're going back to that first superset we did. We're going to work through our final 6-minute set of those 2 exercises. So we're working with these 2, working with the same rep range, although if you did find that on that first set we were working with the 10 reps, if you were doing them and the weight that you have and you were going through your set and it wasn't the hardest thing in the world, you guys do have an option on this second round to go up to 15 reps. So to add 5 reps for both our neutral rows and our band pull aparts, which makes both exercises sets take a little bit longer. Just gonna make the whole thing harder. So I'm gonna start our 6-minute timer right now. I'm gonna set it so that it does indeed beep, so that we have a nice finish beep. Ready, set, here we go. So back to that first one, neutral grip rows, back into these guys. If you did find that these were not the hardest things in the world, we're going up to 15 reps on these sets here, which means you're not gonna get as many sets in, but your sets are gonna be more challenging, which is going to be better off for you. So on the second set, we're gonna pull the dumbbells lower, okay? I want you to pull them down to your hips rather than into your armpit. It might feel a little bit excessive, but as we pull down like that, we're gonna help take your bicep, your arm muscle out of the picture, put more of that work on your back. So try to pull down and in to get that 90-degree angle as much as you can. Working with your 10 to 15 range, and then we're pairing this one with our same band pulls. Welcome back, and let's go. So we're working through these guys here. This is one of my favorite exercises to help us correct our posture, the forward posture that most of us have, because we do all this stuff that's in front of us, cooking, cleaning, driving, kids, all of it. And so this exercise here is helping us strengthen these little muscles in the back of our shoulders, which are the ones that are going to help us pull our shoulders back to where they should be and help us stand up with this nice posture, which we want. We all want this. So we're doing these ones here. trying to think about all that. Think about what's happening in the back of your shoulder. We should be feeling it back, upper back. Going through your set. You guys have 4 minutes left. Look at us go. So if you're doing 15 reps, you most likely aren't going to get many more than maybe 3 sets in, which is totally okay. You can also make your 10 reps harder by slow it down, add in pauses, all the things that we talk about on a regular basis. You can add in right now if you are kind of stuck in between. Let's do it. There you go. Good job, you guys. Yes, yes. Looks really good. So we're pulling down and in. You got it. So we're working through this. You guys are just about halfway there. Oh, yes. So we're going through these ones. There you go. Okay, so a reminder, if you guys do not have access to bands, you can work with that same setup. So the nice posture, soft knees, shoulders together, hips back to put us into this bent over position, and then the thumbs up, and then we squeeze the shoulders together. And we're going to be working our muscles in the same way, and we have gravity, the weight of our arms, that's going to be helping us work those guys back there. But we have to make sure that we are bent over and we're not too standing up, or else we're not really getting much, because this muscle here is quite a bit stronger than this one in the back here. So you want to be bent over. Yes! 2.5 minutes. Last time you are doing these two. 6 minutes. That sounds like literally nothing in real life until you do something like this and you're doing these exercises for 6 minutes straight. And it seems a little bit longer, but it's still not that much time. So breathe through it. 2 minutes left. We'll try to get through at least one more set of both of these. And then we will be done. Moving on to the last set of the other two. And then it's sweat time, baby. Let's do it. Good work, you guys. Yes. So try to push yourself on this last set here. And this thing that keeps popping up. There you go. Good work. Nice straight arms. Relax your shoulders as much as you can. Squeeze and hold if you want a little bit more action back there. 1.5 minutes. We are close. There you go. So chest up, looking forward. Good work, you guys. Yup. This means you have time for one more set. Because we have 60 seconds left. So we're going to go through one more round of them. Again, if you need to take a little bit of rest right now, take your 20 seconds, whatever it is. Finish up your final set. If you have time for both exercises, maybe. We'll see. Depends how fast you go. And then we are going to be done these two. So let's finish up strong here. 45 seconds left. All the rows for the back muscles. There we are. Good job, guys. Let's do it. Just over 20 seconds. There you go. All right, so let's make this last. You got 15 seconds left, so you guys can just rest. Keep going on that one if you would like. We are almost there. Oh yes, this is going to beep for us when we finish in 3, 2, 1. Time. Oh, we get the full-on morning alarm. Okay, so good job, you guys. We have one more set. Those other two exercises, same rules apply with the rep ranges. Now, for these first ones, for these lowering negative push-ups, honestly, you guys, 5 is probably a good place to be for us all right now, but if for some freak reason any of you push-up masters want to make them a little bit harder, doing 10 is going to do the same thing, have the same effect as doing more reps did in the past superset. So you have the option to go up to 10 there, and then the same thing up on the wall with the triceps, and you guys are already working through your reps there, and we're going to start this timer, okay? Ready, set, here we go. So we got the push-ups and the triceps. Let's do it. So we're doing 5 to 10 down here. These lowering, chest first, knees on the way up, toes back down. So we're going through 5, maybe 10 of them. We're going to stand up, work with our wall tricep extensions. So you guys have a range. We're doing anywhere between 10 and 15 of them. Last set we did 10. So if you feel like 10 was not the hardest thing in the world and you weren't really feeling that burning sensation that I was talking so much about, doing those extra 5 on each set is going to help you achieve that. So you can try that out and see how it feels. Especially on those lowering push-ups, sometimes it's just really damn hard to go slow, first of all. And some people are way better at it than others. And some people can go really, really slow. Others just physically cannot, whether it's they don't practice or whether their mind and their body just cannot make that happen for themselves. So that's why this 10 rep range is a nice option for those of you to kind of force yourself into making it harder, because I can say it all day. I can say slow down, I can say pause, I can talk about it all day, but will you actually do it? I hope so, but maybe not. And so by adding in these extra 5 reps, it's just going to make it harder without you having to focus on that, going slower, because sometimes that stuff is a little bit tedious, and so I understand that. And so try to push yourself as much as you can. You guys have 4 minutes left. So we'll go through these 2 exercises of the 4 more minutes, and then we have our last part, which is, yeah, it's like a 12 minute-er, so yay. It's a burner though. All right. Okay, let's get it. Yeah, 12 minutes. Perfect. Okay, so we have 3 minutes left. We are halfway there. Great news. Good work, you guys. For the arms. Okay, so same idea with your rest here. We've talked about it. You guys know the drill. Take it as you need it. Try to limit it so that you can get as many rounds in as you can. But know that a little bit extra rest will make your sets stronger. So especially if you are really having a hard time with those lowering push-ups. Once you're done your triceps, just chill out for a second. Grab some water, walk it off. Take a quick 10-second at least break, upward of 30, before you go into your next set, and it will help you have a stronger set. Yes! Just under 2 minutes, you guys. Let's do it. That's good news. That means you only probably have to do maybe 2 more sets. Maybe 1 more. Yes. Good job, you guys. Okay, so a couple of deep breaths. Remembering to use your breath if you are really struggling on these ones. And these negative push-ups, a little bit tricky with the breathing. You want to be exhaling on the way down, which is a little bit different from our normal push-ups, because that lowering phase is the hardest part of the push-up. For most of us, we're not pushing up, we're just focusing on lowering. That's where your exhale will come into play. Nice slow exhale. And if someone was being really, really slow, I might even have them go a full inhale and exhale through that entire lowering phase. So you can play around with it. You got 45 seconds left, okay? So you can either just stay here and do these push-ups for 30 more seconds. Or you can do your reps, do the amounts. So you're probably definitely counting. Finish up with your triceps, but you only got 30 seconds left. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. Good work, you guys. It's the same thing. This is gonna be in 10 seconds. Let's go. Yep. 3, 2, 1. And time. Okay. Good job, guys. Nice work. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick momento of rest and finish up with our final part, which is the cardio, the conditioning. Now, thankfully, as usual, it's short and sweet. Maybe not so sweet, but it's a 12-minute one. You guys are working off of the timer. We're gonna have 3 exercises that we're going to work through, 4 sets of them, and then we are going to be done. So you have an interval today of 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Right off the bat, if you know yourself and you know you want to make this harder, we're going to skip that 15 seconds rest, or rather add it to our 45 to make these 60-second rounds and take no rest. We'll just rest when we're done the workout, rather than taking the 45 and then the 15 off. So for the first one, you will need dumbbells if you have access to them. It's going to be a Renegade row. So we're going to get down here and you guys are going to be working with this one for this entire amount of time. So if your dumbbells are rounded and or if you're feeling your wrists, we're going to put one dumbbell aside and just work with the one like this, okay? And if you don't have dumbbells, you can just pretend you're pulling in a dumbbell and work with the same thing, okay? Ready, set, go. Here we go. So I'll show you guys the other 2. You know the drill, on the timer so that we can start, so that we can finish. Let's get it. So keep in mind with this one, we're trying to control that tilting in our hips. Widening up our feet helps that a lot. So if you can't control that, widen up your feet. This is our first round here, so we're going to try to assess our situation. We have 20 seconds left. It's that 45. So we're going to try our best to push through this last 10 seconds. If there's any part of you that thinks that you want to work through the rest, just ignore me when I tell you to rest, and you're going to keep going. Just kind of tune in a little bit so you can see the next exercise. And time. Good job, you guys. Okay, so second one you guys are working with is our thruster jacks. So we're going to grab onto a single dumbbell, feet are together, you jump the dumbbell, jump the feet out, push the dumbbell up. Ready? Here we go. So if you're working with something heavier than like 10 pounds, you might want to just leave it out and just work with your hands instead. And if you're low impact, if you don't jump, we're gonna just quick tap, let's go. Yep. You got it, okay? Let's do it. So yes, a little bit of upper body burner here, but we're trying to move the feet quickly, fast feet. So if your shoulders are burning too much that you can't move your feet so fast, you can always put that dumbbell down and just work without the dumbbell instead, whether you're high impact or low impact. Let's go, you guys. And time, nice work. Okay, last one we're gonna do is our split jumps. Welcome. So you guys are working with either in place or lateral split jumps. Working with these guys starting in 3, 2, here we go. So if you're low impact, we got the quick feet in and out, trying to pick up our pace on these ones. And you can go again in place or you can travel. I like traveling, gives me a little bit of a purpose, but if you don't have room for that, then you can just stay in place doing either one of these. Oh, yes. Okay, it's starting to get hot. Let's go, you guys. We got 15 seconds left. Ooh. Let's go. 10 seconds. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. That was 45. Nice work, you guys. Okay, so assess how you feel right now. We are doing that 3 more times. So if for some reason you found that was pretty easy, you can work through the rest. Simply push yourself harder, okay? Earn your rest. Here we go. So starting off this first one, trying to control that tilting in the hips. Worst case, you can just hold. And again, if you're using a rounded dumbbell, one that's not squared off like this, or you're starting to feel your hands a lot, it's understandable. So just put it aside, put one in the middle, and just work with that one. Halfway, you guys. Ooh, yes. There you go. So pace yourself. You got 10 seconds left. There we are. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right. Jacks, jacks, jacks. Okay, so keep going, you guys. If you are working through the rest, we're just hustling quickly. As soon as you hear the second beat, right now, let's go. So up we go, and here we go. So feet go out, not too wide. Dumbbell goes up, and we're trying to coordinate all of that to happen at the same time. So if you can't quite get that, and things are not happening together, start off with the tap, or maybe put the dumbbell down and work with just your hands. We're raising the roof in those jumping jacks to help you get that coordination. Because that's what it is. Connecting your brain and your feet and your hands, all that. 10 more seconds left. Let's go. So we'll try to pace ourselves here. Let's push ourselves. Good job, you guys. It's 45. So working with our last one, our split jumps here. Taking deep breaths between these. Getting ready to start. Right now, let's go. So we're working with in place, trying to keep our weight as centered as possible. I don't want to be leaning back into like a toe tap or leaning forward too much. I'm trying to stay quite upright, as upright as I can. And same thing for this one here, the lower impact version. I'm trying to stay up, but athletic stance. Bent knees a little bit. 20 seconds left. Let's go. Nice job, you guys. Split jumps. These ones. Almost there. Pace yourself. And that's 45. Good job, you guys. Okay. So rest and breathe. We're gonna move on to our third set of 4. So we gotta do this 2 more times, and then we're done. Yes! Here we go. First one, renegade rows. Let's do it. So plank position, pulling in one at a time, trying to keep those hips stable. Worst case, you just hold that plank. You can pull in your hands or just hold the plank, because at this point that just might be challenging enough. You've got 20 seconds left. Whatever you do, just stay with us as best as you can. Good job, guys. Let's go. We have 10 seconds left. Yes. Come on. This one. 3, 2, 1. That's 45. Nice work, you guys. So try to pace yourself if you're working those 60s. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Moving on to the next exercise, the thruster jacks. All right, feet together, let's go. Second last time, you guys are here. So when in doubt, just jump, jack it up, jumping jacks, and with the arms. I want you to keep moving as best as you can. If you're not gonna make it, just keep going in this lower impact version. Let's do it. 20 seconds left. Nice job, you guys. 10 seconds to 45. Let's go. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Yes. Okay. Split jumps. Yes. Let's get them done. And then we are there. We have one more set after this. Yay. We can start our days. Continue our days All right, let's go. So arms and feet. If you want to make it a little harder, a bit more involved, straight arms. Oh yeah, that one is just gets the heart rate up, connects that coordination, all the things. Try to pace yourself, but pick up your pace as you're going through this. You have 20 seconds left. So whatever you're doing right now, I want you to maintain this, or at least maintain this. Try to push yourself. Crank it up a little bit more. 10 more seconds. Let's go. Come on, quick feet. If you're low impact, I want you fast feet as quickly as you can. Come on, 3, 2, and that's 45. Nice work, you guys. Okay. Pace yourself, rest, couple deep breaths. We have one more set to go here, the final set. And then you guys are, is someone waving at me? Oh, Tanis is out. Okay, all right, here we go, you guys. So renegade rows, let's get it. Final set of them. Let's do it. So pulling in as controlled as we can. Trying to control those hips. Oh yeah. The sweat circuit. Now we're starting to feel why it's called that. The cardio, the conditioning, all those things are happening, yes. Let's get it going on here, you guys. 15 seconds left to 45. I want you to try your best to push yourself right now, okay? If you've been working through your 60 seconds or your 15 seconds of rest, you're gonna do it one more time, okay? 3, 2, 15 left here. Oh yeah. Nice job, you guys. Couple deep breaths. If you're resting, almost there. 3, 2, 1. All right, on to that next one. Jumping jacks. Okay, for my low impact peeps, let's go. Let's try to do this the fastest set yet. Strong core here. Pulling your belly button in, regardless if you are jumping or not. We want to pull that in there to help activate our built-in weight belt, aka our core muscles. Let's get it, you guys. 20 seconds left. We are so close. You have to keep going with everything that you have so that you can finish this workout feeling amazing and just knowing that you gave it all you got. 10 seconds on this one. Let's go. Come on now. Same thing. We're going to pace ourselves here for working through this rest. Oh yeah, last time you're here. Here we are, you guys. All right, we're starting our last exercise in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Final one. Best for last, you know what I'm saying? We got the hardest stuff done first is more what I'm saying. We are done the rows, done the jacks. This is the final exercise. We have 30 seconds to 40. Now this is one that I think that everyone can probably give me an extra 15 seconds of at the end. So I want y'all to try to push yourself, every one of you, even if you haven't been working through your 15 seconds of rest. Let's call it 30 seconds left right now. Let's go. Okay, we're going to ignore this first beep here that happens in 10, and I want you to go as hard as you can right now. Come on, let's push ourselves. Stronger than you started. 15 seconds left. Let's go. Don't you stop now. Pick it up. 10 seconds. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All the way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activity is completed. I like how she says that. You guys are done. Yay. Okay. So we're going to walk it off right now. We are going to breathe. So I want you to just take a couple minutes to rest, recover. Okay, you should be feeling quite up there, quite worked. Like you need to walk it off, which means you did a good job and you did exactly what I wanted you to do. But now we're going to rest a little bit before we go into these static holding stretches. I'm going to leave you guys with 2 of them to do. You know them already. They're quite basic, but effective and necessary. But before we do those, we want to make sure that we are rested, recovered. So do not start here until you feel ready to have that conversation. You feel okay and not like you need to take a minute, okay? First one is the chest and the shoulders. Would I show you anything else to do on a Tuesday after a workout? This one's super important to do, as why we keep doing it, to help lengthen the muscles in the front here, because we do all this pushing, the push-ups, all of those things. We want to even it out with some static stretching, especially now. We're nice and warm, so now is your time to shine in getting that flexibility work in your muscles in the front here. So spend some time, go on a door frame if you don't have a lot of time to spare, because then you can do both sides at once. And we're going to hold each side, or both sides, for at least 1 minute on both sides. If you don't have access to anything like that, or if you're short on time, just do a quick reach behind the back, open up the chest here, and stretch it out. This is the first one. The last one that I would like you guys to do is down on the floor here, which is going to help us stretch out our upper and lower back, which is this child's pose. So you're not going to be mad. I know you're going to be happy about doing this because it's a nice comfortable stretch down here. So you can spend as much time as you have time for, really, on both of these, but try to do at least a couple sets. But you guys are done with me. Thank you so much. Good job. Thank you, Darcy, Bobby, Tanis, everyone who showed up live. And if you're watching the replay, I want to hear from you. So comment below. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, you guys.